Hello Year 11, welcome to your video that looks at analysing character in A Christmas Carol. We're going to look at Jacob Marley in this video. This video will go through all the usual bits of vocabulary and the key general ideas that go with analysing character, so it's up to you, you can skip past those bits, but the specific quotations and the specific vocabulary will focus on Jacob Marley. So first of all, why do novelists create characters? Just so we can be interested, to make the story flow, to make the reader read on, so we'll read it, or because they want to? Well, the answer to all those is yes, but also no. These are not the sort of things we need to be talking about when we're analysing literature for our GCSE exams. Okay, they're all true, but they're just not insightful and sophisticated enough. So, why, it gets asked the question again, why do novelists create characters? To represent a certain type of person in society, to encourage the reader to think about the character's personality traits, to criticise a certain type of person, and to deliver a moral lesson, the didactic message, or the teaching point of the novella, okay? These are the ideas that we need to focus on when we are analysing character in any literature text, be it your drama, your 19th century novel, or your modern play or prose. Yeah, so we've got that. Let's move on to a revision of our general vocabulary. So, emblematic. Remember, that means representing a concept or quality. Marley is emblematic of the corruption of the upper classes. Okay? Device, something a writer uses to make a point. Marley is a device used by Dickens to expose the selfishness of the rich. Vehicle, a way that the writer gets their point across. Marley is a vehicle for Dickens to remind us that actions bring consequences. Symbol, similar to emblematic. Marley symbolises the fate of those who are selfish and cruel. And finally, representative, one thing being a substitute for another. Marley is representative of Dickens's view of the dangers of hubris. Okay, so Marley is quite similar to Stave 1 Scrooge, okay, but there is a slight variation then. There is a variation in character, because Stave 1 Marley and Stave 1 Scrooge do have some subtle differences. Let's have a little look at some vocabulary. So, key vocab for Jacob Marley. Repentant. Okay, that means kind of being sorry for what you've done and wanting to do things to make it better. Regretful, that means actually regretting what you've done, feeling guilty. Penitent, that means similar to regretful, but almost punishing yourself for it. Okay, you might have heard the word penitentiary. It's another word for prison. So it's almost like being trapped by your remorse and your regret, which brings us on to remorseful. Which again, these are all very similar words, but they can be used to differing kind of parts of the novella and to different points. Damned in the religious sense, kind of being damned to hell, kind of not following a Christian ethos and being unable to get to heaven. Accursed means kind of being eternally cursed, like not being able to kind of shake off this curse, and we could argue that this is what Marley faces because he's never able to shake off that chain. Rueful, which means almost quite bitter in his fate. He kind of rues the day that he behaved like that. He doesn't kind of have any peace with it. He's still very angry about it, maybe angry himself. And avaricious, that one we use for Scrooge, which means greedy. Okay, the noun being avarice. So, how do we write about character? Marley is regretful. We can see this when he states, "I wear the chain I forged in life." This reveals that Marley takes responsibility for the role in his fate, and he feels sad about this. We can infer that Marley is feeling remorseful. No. It's correct. The things that the student has said, well, me, let's face it, I've written it. The things that I have said there are literally true, but they are no good when we are analysing character. They are that the student / me is writing about how Marley is real, like a real person, not something that Dickens has created to kind of deliver a didactic message. So how do we change it? Let's have a look. Do not write about the characters if they are real. They're not. It's a whole separate point because it's really important. They are emblems, devices, vehicles, symbols of real people. They are representative of the writer's views and attitudes. Okay, so remember those things. Get them on a cue card, get them on a post-it note, get them on a revision list. Okay, you must remember these ideas. Okay, let's try that again. So Marley's a symbol of the regret the upper class will face if they do not heed Dickens's message. Heed means pay attention. We can see this when he states, "I wear the chain I forged in life." The metaphor of the chain is a device to convey that only by acknowledging their own role in the misery they cause and taking responsibility can the upper classes hope to be redeemed, so on and so on. It would carry on. Okay, it's not a full paragraph, but this is how you do it. You talk about the characters as symbols, as devices, as ways that Dickens is trying to deliver a message about something. Okay, so pause this video, jot this down, take a picture of it, make it on a cue card, turn it into a poster, whatever. Just make sure you know this is how you do it. Okay, and the Queen approves. So, as with every video, we've got some key takeaways, and they're always the same, but worth remembering. Use the key character vocab and the specific adjectives to talk about character. Think about why the writer has presented the character in this way. What is the moral lesson? Don't write about the characters if they are real, they're not. Don't give a summary of character description. Think about why they're described this way. So, your turn. So use the key vocabulary to write a couple of sentences analysing character using the following quotes. It was made, for Scrooge observed it closely, of cash boxes, keys, padlocks, ledgers, deeds, and heavy purses wrought in steel, from state 1. And I cannot rest, I cannot stay, I cannot linger anywhere. That's straight from Marley's mouth when he's talking about his fate as a result of his avarice. Okay, so have a go. Post your response in the comments, or email your teachers, or email me on amitchell to the usual Whitby address. Okay, I hope this video has been useful. Use it for whatever purpose you want to, for making notes, make it as I'm making mind maps, making cue cards, or just watch it and then have a little go at your own sample answer. Again, you can email those to me or your teachers. Okay, I hope that was useful. Thank you very much.